Good morning. Welcome to the King's Church Interactive Spot. Today we are going to be looking at houses, and here is a house here for you to look at. That's what we're going to make today. So, we've been recently talking about the kingdom of God. Now I don't know what Mike's going to say today, so this will be hopefully fitting quite nicely. I've done a little bit of a diagram here of the kingdoms that we live in. We live in the United Kingdom. There, United Kingdom. And those of us who are believers live in the kingdom of God. We live in both kingdoms. So that's where we overlap, that's us. We are the children of God. Okay, now then, that's where we live now. So it's sort of living in two worlds in a way. When this kingdom ends, we won't be living in the UK anymore, we'll only be living in the kingdom of God. And that's going to be absolutely perfect. Jesus said, "When I go, I will prepare a place for you. And in my Father's house there are many mansions." So today we're going to think about a perfect place to live. All of us are spending a lot more time at home, aren't we, at the moment? So I thought it might be a nice project to make our perfect house. So today we're going to make a house. Now here's quite a pretty house that I've made. Can you see it's got a thatched roof, roses around the door, all those sort of things. Perfect house. So you are going to make a house as well with me. Now if you want to, you can make a very simple house. Just a cereal packet will make a house. You could cut out a door, cut out some windows, you could paint it or you could cover it in paper that you've coloured in. You could put some sort of roof on it and you could make a garden if you wanted. So that would make a very simple house, just that on its own. But today we're going to make something a little bit more complicated. We're going to use some of this, which is corrugated cardboard. And that's nice because it has those lines in it, it's easy to bend. And so you can make this nice semicircular shape for the roof. So we need a cereal packet, we need our corrugated paper, we will need some paints, we will need sellotape, scissors, glue, and then trusty toilet roll and other optional things, so I'll come to them later. Right, let's get started. So first of all, we need to make the shape of the house. So I've started cutting it out here. See, I've cut it out here. So I'll just carry on. So it's the same both sides. So you've got a nice firm base at the bottom. Before you put the roof on, you need to make a door. So this the cereal packet has a handy little space there already. That's an interesting shape door. There we go. And if you wanted to, you could cut out windows. Make a sharp, use a sharp thing, maybe something like this. Make a hole and then we can cut out a window. I'm going to show you how I made my windows in a little while. So, and then it's simply put on the roof. Here we are, here's the roof. And we'll just stick that on with sellotape. Like that. So stick it on both sides, okay, with sellotape. And after that, it's probably quite nice to paint it. So here's one that's been stuck on both sides and I've cut out a door there. So the next job is painting it, unless you want to cut out the windows first. So get your paints and paint it, then you need to let it dry. While it's drying, you can decide on your embellishments. So you can see I made some windows here. I'll show you how I made those. I cut out two rectangles, the same size. One of them I cut a space, so I've got like a border. And the other one, I glued on some of my Sweetie wrappers, all nice and smooth. Glued on one of my nice, just plain silver Sweetie wrappers. And then I've stuck on the curtain. Now my curtain is just a tiny bit of cellophane from the Sweetie wrapper, scrunched up at the top, and then glued on. I'll just do that for you now. Open my glue, always forget to do that. Just a bit more. Yeah, well you get the idea, and then glue it on like that. After it's glued on, let it dry, then you can put your window frame on the outside. And then when that's dry, you glue it on to your house. Now the next thing is to decide what sort of decoration you want. So with this one I decided to make a garden, so I just used another cereal packet to stick it on, and I made myself a garden. So I painted my garden, and then I did some other extra bits. So I made some plant pots out of egg cartons and painted those. I made some large roses out of felt, which I stuck onto cocktail sticks and stuck into something, well it's polymer clay, but you could use plasticine or something like that. So I'll show you how I make these roses, okay? I'll show you with felt, and then I'll show you, this is tissue paper, but you can use toilet roll, so that's a nice, easy and cheap option for you. So let's do it with, first of all, with felt. So I've cut myself a little strip of felt. Get this open. Don't know if I'm going the wrong way now. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, there we are. Right, so that's all propped up. Right, so you will need a bit of glue on the end and along the bottom. So then simply roll it up. You need to roll it tight to start with, the centre of the rose. And then a bit looser. And can you see it's forming a rose? There we are. So then I squeeze it tight at the bottom and it begins to form quite a nice shape. So with these large roses, you could use paper, you don't have to use felt, or you could use some other material. I used half a cocktail stick, glued it on, and then put it in my pot in the plasticine. Now, I also made very small ones here out of tissue paper. The same way, they're very, very small, very, very small. Didn't glue those, I just squeezed them. So I'll show you how I can make them out of toilet roll as well. You need a thin bit of toilet roll. So if it's more than one layer, then you just have one there. Again, glue on the end. And roll it up tight. A bit messy. Yeah, quite messy. Actually, you might be able to do it without glue, it might be better. Squeeze it at the bottom, and again you've got a rose shape. So what you could do is cut this knot all the way down, and you could use that to decorate the front of your door. Now if you don't want to do flowers, you could do something else. You could have some animals in the garden, or you could have a playground in the garden, things that would make it your perfect house. But for my perfect house, I decided I needed a thatched roof. So that's what I've done just recently. So to do that, you need lots and lots of tiny bits of wool, which I made by cutting 2 pieces of card like this, getting my wool, and then winding it round and round and round, like this. And when I've done loads of that, because I've got 2 pieces of wool, I can put my scissors in the middle and I can cut along here. Cut, cut, cut all the way along. On the other end as well, cut, 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 cut. Takes a little while. And then you've got lots of pieces of wool that size, which I just sellotaped onto the top to make a fringe. And I decided not to do the back, I just did some long bits of wool. Can you see at the back? So that's my perfect house for when we live in the kingdom of God and not in the UK. You make your perfect house and send us some photos. Happy crafting this week. See you next time. Bye.